Hi students, in this video lecture I am going to explain about Norton's theorem in DC circuits. It is very much helpful for first year engineering students who are studying the subject basic electrical engineering. At the end of this video lecture, student can understand clearly about the steps to be followed for solving problem using Norton's theorem. For the circuit shown in the figure, find the current through the 30 ohm load resistor using Norton's theorem. It is a given circuit diagram. The given circuit consists of one voltage source, that is 10 volt source, remaining are resistors. Here 30 ohm resistor is considered as load resistor and it is connected at the end of the circuit diagram. To apply Norton's theorem, students should follow the steps. The first one is draw the Norton's equivalent circuit. It consists of one current source and Thevenin resistor, load resistor. All are connected in parallel connection, parallel combination. So first one is Norton's current source. Next one resistor RTH, Thevenin resistor, and the last one load resistor RL. Current flow through load resistor is called IL, and RL is connected between the terminals A and B. It is called load terminals. Step 2 is find the value of IN. IN stands for Norton's current. For the given network, short circuit the load terminal and then measure the current passing through the load terminal. That gives short circuit current through AB, terminals AB. Short circuit current is nothing but Norton's current. Here short circuit the load terminal is the instruction. That means load terminals is nothing but terminal A and B. Across the load terminals, load resistor is connected, which is 30 ohm resistor. So these terminals should be short circuited. This is what given in step 2. And step 3, to calculate RTH, that is Thevenin's resistor. First, remove the load resistor. 30 ohm resistor should be removed, and then short circuit the voltage source. Here 10 volt source is given, so the corresponding branch should be short circuited. We should not consider 10 volt source. Open circuit current source. In the given circuit diagram, there is no current source. Then measure the resistance at load terminal, which is the Thevenin's resistance RTH. These are the steps we need to follow. Let us solve problem. First draw the given circuit diagram and then write the required data. The required data is current through the 30 ohm resistor. Then write the solution. The first step is draw the Norton's equivalent circuit, where current source, Thevenin's resistor and the load resistor all are connected in parallel combination. Also you can write the value of load resistor, that is 30 ohm resistor. Step 2 is to find IN, Norton's current. The given circuit diagram once again redrawn without considering the load resistor, that is 30 ohm resistor. Here the load resistor, which is equal to 30 ohm resistor, is removed and it is short circuited. Current flow through the short circuit terminals is called Norton's current. The given circuit consists of two closed loop. We are going to apply loop current method. I1 is the loop current for first loop, I2 is the loop current for second loop. We are going to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. Before that, we have to indicate the polarities of the resistors. Let us take 5 ohm resistor, which is connected in the first loop. Positive polarity provided at entering end of the resistor, whereas negative polarity provided at the leaving end of the resistor. Entering end is considered for entering end of loop current 1. Leaving end means leaving end of loop current I1. The same step is followed for the remaining resistors connected in the circuit diagram for 10 ohm and then for 20 ohm, once again for 10 ohm. The 10 ohm resistor is connected between loop 1 and 2. Now we are going to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. We know very well about Kirchhoff's voltage law. In a closed circuit, the algebraic sum of potential drop across circuit elements and the potential rise in the sources is equal to 0. Based on that, we are going to write loop equation for first loop. First loop consists of 5 ohm resistor, 10 ohm resistor and a 10 volt source. Minus 5i1 is the voltage drop across resistor 5 ohm. We know well the reason for writing minus 5 because the leaving end of 5 ohm resistor provided with a negative polarity and I1 is loop current. So the voltage drop across 5 ohm resistor is minus 5i1 and then voltage drop across 10 ohm resistor, that is minus 10 of I1 minus I2 plus I1 minus I2. In the first loop, I1 current is always positive, so plus I1, whereas I2 is opposite to that of I1, so we have written minus I2 plus 10, that is voltage source. The leaving end of 10 volt source is provided with positive polarity, so plus 10 is equal to 0. So after simplifying the equation, we can get 15i1 minus 10i2 is equal to 10. Consider this equation as number 1 and then apply Kirchhoff's voltage law for second loop. You can write loop equation. Second loop consists of one 20 ohm resistor and a 10 ohm resistor. The voltage drop across 20 ohm resistor is minus 20i2 and the voltage drop across 10 ohm resistor is minus 10 of I2 minus I1. In the second loop, I2 current is positive, so plus I2, where I1 is opposite to that of I2, so minus I1, it is equal to 0. After simplifying the loop equation, you can get the value 10I1 minus 30I2 is equal to 0, which is considered as equation number 2. Now we have two loop equation as we have two closed loops. Now apply Cramer's rule. For that, consider equation number 1 and 2. For two closed loop, we have to write 2 cross 2 matrix. First, we have to find the value of del as usual. The first row taken from equation number 1, I1, 15, I2 minus 10, that is plus 15 minus 10 for first row. For second row, 10 minus 13 have been written, that is taken from equation number 2 where plus 10 I1 and minus 30 I2. So near I1 we have the value of 10 plus 10, near I2 we have the value of minus 30, that gives minus 350. Students, here we are going to find the current value of IN, that is in loop 2. In loop 2, I2 is considered as loop current, so we need to find the value of I2. To find the value of I2, we have to take del 2 value. Del 2 is equal to minus 15, 10, 10, 0. We have to understand that the second column of del matrix have been replaced here. Instead of writing minus 10, the right hand side of equation number 1 is considered, that is plus 10. Instead of writing minus 30, we have written 0. 0 is nothing but the right hand side of equation number 2. So, second column of del matrix replaced using the right hand side of equation 1 and 2 and it is equal to minus 100. To calculate the value of I2, we have to take the ratio between del 2 and del. The value of del 2 minus 100, value of del minus 350. That gives the value 0.285 amps. Now we need to find the value of R Thevenin, that is Thevenin resistor. As we discussed earlier in the third step, we have to short circuit the terminals where voltage source is connected. We have been short circuited the terminal, and then 30 ohm resistor is removed. It is kept at open condition. Now we have to calculate the value of RTH for the circuit diagram. From view of terminals A and B, 5 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor are connected in parallel. So first we have to solve the parallel combination of 5 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor. All we know well about the formula of parallel combination of resistor, that is R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. 5 cross 10 divided by 5 plus 10 is equal to 3.33 ohm. Now we can write 3.33 ohm instead of the parallel combination of 5 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor. We have redrawn the above circuit diagram. 20 ohm resistor as usual connected in terminal A, but instead of considering the values 5 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor, we simply return 3.33 ohm resistor which is connected in series with 20 ohm. 20 ohm resistor and 3.33 ohm resistor are connected in series, so the value of RTH is equal to 23.33, and then we can write the result. Once again we have drawn Norton's equivalent circuit, but now we can apply the values where the value of IN is 0.285 amps, value of RTH 23.33 ohms, and 30 ohm resistor is load resistor and it is connected between terminal A and B. IL is the load current, it is flowing through 30 ohm resistor. Our question is to find the current flow through 30 ohm resistor, that is IL. Dear students, all you know well about the formula for current division in parallel resistors. Here we need to find the value of load current flowing through 30 ohm resistor. So IL is equal to total current IT into RTH is a resistor connected in parallel with the load resistor. So it should be written in numerator. In the denominator you have to write total resistor. So the formula is IL is equal to IT into RTH divided by RTH plus RL. Apply all the values. IT, the value of IT is 0.285 amps. Value of RTH 23.3. Value of RL 30. That gives a value of 0.125 amps. Answer is current through 30 ohm resistor is 0.125 amps. Once again, I want to recall the steps of Norton's theorem. For solving this problem, students should follow these steps. First one, draw the Norton's equivalent circuit and then find the value of IN. Finally, you have to calculate RTH. Then apply all these values in the Norton's equivalent circuit. Then apply formula for current division in parallel resistors. That gives the final answer, that is load current, which is equal to 0.125 amps. Thank you all.